I think it's safe to say this new year is starting off real wicked. If you don't know what's going on, Monday Night Football, the safety for the Bills, Damar Hamlin, went down after tackling T. Higgins for the Bengals. Um, the hit ain't seem that hard though. It ain't seem like nothing abnormal. It won't like no helmet to helmet collision. It won't like no car wreck hit. Man made the tackle, got up, passed back out. They had like a 20-minute commercial break. They did their regular commercial break like they always do when somebody get hurt. Then they came back and ain't seen like no changes was made. Ambulance had to come out to the field. They had to get the man on the stretcher. They said they was administrating CPR. They had to use the AED. And I've been watching football for years. Like we ain't never seen this. We seen the head injuries. We seen the neck injuries. We seen where they had to get put on the stretcher, where they had long commercial breaks, but they was always breathing on their own, and they gave you the thumbs up when they was getting carried off the field. The whole stadium would clap and boom boom, and the game would get back to it. But him not breathing on his own and them having to administrate CPR, and all the players on the field crying. Players, coaches, staff from every team though. Like you from the Bills and from the Bengals. If the NFL would have went on and made them play that game, if Roger Goodell would have made that call and would have like they still had to play, the NFL would have lost a ton of respect. They would have lost a ton of respect. That would have been detrimental. They would have lost investors because man, it's human. You ain't know if he living. They saying he have a pulse, but he ain't breathing. Like these them teammates, them they brothers. You got it's a lot of family that's in the league. Like you got a lot of brothers and a lot of cousins in the league in today's era of play. You got teams, they cross practice with each other. So it's different from then just the team having a brotherhood. You got a brotherhood across the whole organization. And I don't think none of the players or none of the coaches was gonna want to do it. I don't think none of them wanted to go back out there and play. You seen Joe Burrow? He went and did the warm up when they was like the little, oh, they gonna warm up for 5 minutes and get back into the game. It don't even really look like he was into it. Josh Allen, he won't going at all. He won't going. Man, Stephon Diggs won't going. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. I love it. Like they care. They care. You had, if you read the lips, I think you had Stephon Diggs like, come on, bro, please, like, come on, like, pull through. That's all he cared about. You had Knox, the tight end. All his mind was on. You had the lineman over there. I don't know his name, but he was over there on the side snapping when he first went down. Like he was over there snapping. Oh, you hear he felt like snapping. Like when they had the players covering their mouths to speak, that's when I know you had the sense that it was more serious than what it is. Like they not going back on that field. They not going back on that field. And I think I kind of grew up seeing where serious shit didn't happen in NFL games, and they want to stop it. They want to stop it. But I don't want to say that though, because you never actually had nobody like just pass out on the field that won't breathe. This was damn near a life or death moment. Like when the shit happened with other players, you knew they was living. You knew they was hurt. You don't know how badly the injury is, but you knew they was living. With Damar Hamlin, you ain't know if he was dead or alive. So, so the NFL continue with that game would be inhumane. You had a lot of sports analysts like Skip Bayless, and I don't know them all off top, but a lot of them was saying like, "Oh, today's Earl Soft, we would have had the game keep going." It won't never a life or death matter though. This life or death. This ain't no just no little bang bang injury, and then couple months a nigga will be back from and be dying and want to be on the field. This is life or death. Like, man, hot stop. That man hot stop. 9 times out of 10, if they gotta put a pace in his career over. He'll never play football again. And that's besides the point. It was life or death. They ain't know if they homie, brother, teammate, family member died or what. That's two different things. Like, that's two different things. And then I think they just be saying shit for the shock value. Like, cause if you go, cause I seen a lot of niggas jumping on Skip Bayless. Like, I seen a lot of motherfuckers jumping on Skip Bayless. But you gotta read the other two tweets before the tweet of him saying the importance of the game and how he don't think the game would be rescheduled, postponed, because this impacts the postseason, and it's such a meaningful regular season game that other teams, they depend on these two teams to win or lose. Like, that was not his initial tweets at first. Like, and that's how Twitter is. Like, nigga, he talks so much that he had to get it all out. And it took him goddamn 3 posts to say it. But the other ones just got like 1 million views. The other one barely touching 1 million views. It might be at 1 million now. But when he said that shit 8 million views. Everybody sharing it. Oh, delete. You need to be banned. You need to be this. Y'all giving that nigga what he want. The shock value. Y'all gave him the shock value. That was the highest seen shit on his page. That was the highest seen tweet on his page. Then what he do? Double back. Say something like a type of apology and cleared it up for you to understand. But if he ain't want the shock value, he would have cleared it up in the initial post. That's why I was like, man, niggas just be saying shit. Niggas just be saying shit, man. That shit, that's crazy, man. That was some sad shit to see. Like, that was some sad shit to see. It's 53 players. It's 53 players. 53 men on each team. So you had to watch 106 motherfuckers, grown men, crying. That's some sad shit to see. All respects to the Bills coach. Like, he gave a fuck. He gave a fuck. If he want, he was damn near the first one on the field, on his knees, tears. Like, he gave a fuck. Him alone. I don't know his name, but that Bills coach alone. Him alone. They was not going back on that field to play no game. I believe if Roger Goodell would have said they had to play, that man would have forfeited that shit. He would have walked out. I strongly believe that. That man won't going. That man gave a fuck. You know, they be like, most coaches don't give a fuck about their players. It's just a job to them. And that man gave a fuck, Shaw, and I can't take that away from him. That man gave a fuck. Even when they was like, oh, they gonna do the 5-minute warm up and get back to it. I just, man, that nigga was already pulling his people. They ain't going. They ain't going. Joe Burrow was over there throwing the football. I think his coach was about to have him play. The Bills coach won't going, Shaw. Like, and I love that shit. Nigga won't going, Shaw. Because the NFL is the NFL. The NFL is organization. Them teams is organizations within the NFL. So they own entity. Like, really. That's a stand, Shaw. That's a stand, Shaw. And I don't know what he said on that phone, if he had to cuss dude out or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't fucking going this man's life. I don't know if he had to do all that. But I know that man won't going, Shaw. All I know that they circle around. He covering his mouth. When he covered, I knew he snapping. I knew he snapping. Once he covered him, I knew he going in. I knew he snapping. Love to see it, Shaw. Love to see it, man. Nigga stood on business. He won't going, Shaw. Hey, you won't going, man. Hey. That was some crazy shit, man. We had to see that, dog. On live TV. Like, that shit was live. Ain't nobody expect that shit. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And the year just started. That was January the 2nd on a Monday, 2023, man. The year just started and shit off to a wild start. The Bills, how they formed that wall around. Man, you heard the ESPN little broadcaster talking about like, oh, our cameras can't get through. How the fuck would you even want your cameras to get through? That's why the Bills formed that wall around, dude. Hey, man, the union in sports so crazy, but in football, bro, it's different. It's different. You have no footage of that man getting in that truck. And you got footage of the truck leaving. You ain't got footage of that man nothing. You ain't got footage of the CPI. You ain't got footage. Like, the only way they know if they was there and they was sitting all the way up in the stadiums or something. But, man, Bills, they formed that wall around that nigga. And you won't get through. Y'all bet y'all ain't try to get through, man. Emotions high. Get the dust beat off your ass, y'all. That's how real it was. Nigga said, ESPN nigga said, our cameras can't get through. Like, y'all trying to see, y'all, you aware of what's going on, though. You aware of this. You aware that this man might not be living. You aware that this man is not breathing, but have a pulse. You is aware of this. Y'all trying to put cameras over there. You aware that this man is getting CPR and the AED. You is aware of this. Like, you was aware of this. And they still gonna sit up there and say, our cameras can't get. I believe if ESPN would have got that man on camera, NFL would have cut their deal with their ass. They would have cut it, dropped it. Like, NFL got their own network. They wouldn't have lost nothing. ESPN, that's a big network. That shit under Disney. That shit fall in line under a lot of TV broadcasts and shit. Like, to do that, the NFL would have cut ties with a lot of shit. Like, they would have. They would have. If Roger Goodell made that call to stand on business and y'all was over there still trying to get footage, hey, he would have pulled that shit, paid the debt. They $1 billion. They would have paid that shit. Broke contract. They got their own network. They got their own network. They got the NFL network. Like, it wouldn't hurt for every game to come on the NFL network now. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, y'all doing too much at that point. Y'all trying to see everything now. Your camera can't see it if they ain't letting you show why you still trying. And then you know how goddamn, man, it was just a bad scene. Like, everything ain't meant for the camera, dog. You already got the hit on the camera. You already got the man standing up and falling back down on the camera. It's bad enough y'all was showing that over and over and over. It aired on live television. Like, I ain't one of them people say, oh, delete the footage. But y'all kept replaying that. Y'all kept replaying that on top of talking about you trying to get footage of the man laying on the ground. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all wilding out. Like, y'all wilding out. Y'all wilding out. Just love to see it. But they saying Damar Hamlin, his vitals is back. They had to put in a seat, put a breathing tube down his own throat. I seen a lot of people talking about, they called this something, I don't know the name, they saying a direct hit to the heart at a precise time could knock off your rhythm and cause your heart to stop. And that's some rare shit. Some rare shit, but I don't know the name of it. That's what they saying happened. It looked like he's pulling through, and that's what everybody was hoping for. So I guess we could get back to the year, back to 2023. You know what I'm saying? The man had a toy drive, bro. The nigga only wanted like $2,500, $2,500, man. That nigga up 3 mil right now, man. Nigga up 3 mil on the toy drive. Niggas wasn't about to donate to his toy drive till they thought the nigga was dead. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I hope if y'all donated that money, I don't think all that money going to the toys no more. That ain't nothing to do with his character. I don't think it got nothing to do with toys. Cause if he can't play football no more, he gonna need to put some of that up too. And I hope that's why motherfuckers was donating. Because they was like, oh, this could be career ending. And you'll know, because when people donate, they can leave little messages. I don't think all that money for the toys. Like, people knew how serious this was, and they just went to the first place they knew how to get money to them at. Like, but he probably got guaranteed money. He probably good. He probably do just go ahead and do what he said he was going to do it for. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers be stand-up niggas. It just be the fuck motherfuckers who watered the game down. So, man, hit that like. You know what I'm saying? Comment, share. It's 2023.